Hi, my name is Gabby George. Welcome to your 12-minute booty and abs sculpt on the mat today. No equipment is required. So without further ado, let's get started in a crisscross position. Keep your left arm grounded towards the mat. Reach your right arm up and over. Find that side body stretch. But take this nice and slow, whether this be the first movement of your day or the end to your day. We're gonna start very slow and intentionally breathing. Inhale. Exhale, reset left arm up and over. Keep your right hand down for support. Let it all go. Bring your hands to the side. Press into both palms into the ground. We're gonna shrug our shoulders up in our ears. Inhaling, fill up. Exhaling, pressing them down. One more, inhale, fill up. Exhale, press them down. Good, we're gonna get real spicy real quick today. Working on some planks and then some glute work using our upper body. Nothing is needed but a supportive mat. And without further ado, let's start into a plank. With this plank, super important to start nice and sturdy so your shoulders and palms are stacked in alignment and in a wide base. So your legs are as wide as your shoulders. You're gonna squeeze your glutes together. Inhale, squeeze the belly in tight. Exhale, press into a downward dog. So press your shoulders out of your ears. Let your booty go high to the sky. Maybe you start pedaling right to left if that feels good to you. Find that stretch. Good. You have 4. You have 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down into that plank. Make sure your shoulders come right in line with those palms again. Squeeze those abs in tight. Squeeze your glutes together. And then drop that right knee down in front of you. Keep the left toes tucked under. So we're gonna lift all of our body weight up, bringing that knee towards our nose on the right side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop that knee down. Good, inhale, fill up. Exhale, drop it down. Make sure your weight is staying in the shoulders, so don't let that butt come all the way up, but instead find that C curve in that spine and lower down. You have 2 more. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, lower down. Be light on that tap. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, lower down. Extend that right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. So right leg shoots all the way up. Booty is high to the sky. And then we're gonna bring that right knee towards our elbow. So coming into a plank, holding in a hover. Firing up that right oblique, butt goes down. You tap your elbow for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5. I know it's spicy, stay with me. Press those abs in 3, in 2, in 1. Back to that plank, widen that base. Good, other side, we are bringing that left knee in, tucking those right toes under right away into it. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, bring it down. Good, right into that intensity. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, keep the weight forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't let their weight be down on that knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Stay with me. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, drop it. Last one, inhale. Exhale, reach that left leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. We're finishing with that elbow tap. So rock it down with me, bring that weight back towards your shoulders. Tap your left knee towards your left elbow. You have 8, 7, make sure you have a flat back. Final 4, 3, 2, hold that plank for a good measure to finish. So back in that wide base, you have 8 breaths. Slide that in your elbows. Don't lock them. You have 4, you have 3, you have 2, you have 1. Drop to your knees, sit back into that child's pose. Whew, we felt that in the shoulders, in that deep core. Exhale, let it go. Good, you guys. 1 combo on that right side glute, and then you're gonna repeat it, and then we're gonna do it on that left side. And that is it for today. So bring those arms in front of you, inch them farther away from your shoulders. So instead, like we were in that plank, bring them 3 inches out in front of you. And if you want a more challenge, you can bring them out even further as long as your shoulders stay out of your ears and you find that length. So right leg is gonna squeeze back. Right away, notice that hip placement. So if it shoots up and open towards that right side, bring it back down to earth like you have little light shining on those hip bones. Reach your arms forward. We're gonna reach all the way long. So this one uses all of our body weight. We tap that right knee towards that right elbow. So notice that sensation, that pinch in that right oblique. And then lift it long. Pulse 1 behind you and 2 behind you. So we rock front, front, back, back. Pulse 1, lower, 2, lower. Good. Inhale and crunch. Bring it back, lower, back, lower. So squeeze that right glute as you bring it behind you. No arch in the back, so squeeze that belly in tight. Inhale, crunch, bring it back. We pulse 1, we pulse 2. Good, again, lengthen the shoulders. If they start to come up, you can inch your hands in to make it a little bit easier for you today. You can rock without all of that range of motion. Same sort of sentiment here. So keeping your arms closer towards your shoulders, lift, lower, lift, lower. 2 more, tap, bring it back, pulse, lift, lift. Last one, hold it back right here. Find that lift and that lower. So same thing, that right leg is just fluttering 3 inches up, 3 inches down. If you want to keep your arms long for that instability moment, creating a little bit harder work for that core, you can stay here, or you can drop down to that left forearm, bring it directly below your nose, pressing into your right wrist. Good, we are all focusing on that right glute and an external rotation of the thigh. So like you're in that first position, I want the right toes facing towards that right side. You lift, lower, lift, lower. Find the tension in that glute. Still maintaining the squeeze in your core so there's no arch in your back. You have 4, you have 3, you have 2, you have 1. Little rest, drop it down. So good, you guys, however that went, we are doing that one more time. So when I say externally rotating, think of those legs in that first position. Say if you were a dancer, you'll know what I mean. Legs are gonna be facing out, and then you're gonna reach and squeeze with those thighs so the toes face towards the right side. So one more round of that. The farther your arms are away from you, the harder you make it without shrugging your shoulders and with your ears. So always finding that length, always finding that pressing sensation down. Reach your arms long. Extend that right leg back, same thing. You go rock, in, bring it back. Pulse 1, pulse 2, good, same thing. Inhale and exhale. Pulse 1, pulse 2, good, light up those abs, bring it back. Pulse 1, pulse 2, second time around. What's one thing you can focus differently on? Maybe it is flexing or pointing those toes back behind you, making sure there's energy as you transfer rock and back. Pulse 1, pulse 2. Then maybe you lift out of that left hip. Notice if you're starting to sink down. Maybe that's your cue to take that forearm placement. Slow it down, reduce that range of motion, bring it back. Pulse 1, pulse 2. Good, 3 more, rock and back. Pulse 1, pulse 2, all the way rock towards that right elbow. Pulse and pulse. Last one, bring it back, hold it right here. Just find the pulse to finish, lift, lower. Keep your chin up, keep your gaze forward. Keep the shoulders down, keep the length right there. The longest, tallest version of yourself. There's energy through your fingers and your toes. If you need to inch those hands in and drop to that left forearm, go for it. You have 8 more pulses. Stick with me. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, that glute is on fire. We have that other side, so take it to the right. We're gonna do that left glute. Same thing, the farther you inch your hands away from you, the harder you make it, the more instability you create for yourself. So nothing but your body weight here. We are rocking forward, left knee, left elbow. Bring it back, pulse 1, pulse 2. Right away, notice if you're starting to sink into that right hip, if you're starting to feel fatigued, you can bring it down towards the right forearm, dropping that range of motion. Still finding that same pinch in that left oblique, so you can find it just a little bit smaller. Lift, lower, and if you're on that forearm, press into your left wrist so that your tricep is feeling it. So less in the wrist, more in that shoulder and in that tricep. Bring it back. Pulse 1, pulse 2, good, keep it up. Rock, lift, pulse, and pulse. The game here is to stay lifted, stay rooted out of the mat. Don't let that gravity beat you here. Good, hold. You have 4, back, pulse, and pulse. For 3, lift, squeeze your left glute high. 2, back, pulse, keep your chin up. Last one, hold it right here. Just lift and lower, good. You can keep your hands in that placement, or you can bring it in and drop it to the right forearm. Lift, lower, same thing here. That left thigh is working. You're finding your external rotation. You are pressing towards your left wrist if you're on your forearm. Your gaze stays up above. Don't tuck that chin under. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, little break in 1, drop it down. So good. You have 1 more round of that. So, what's that one thing you can focus on differently? Squeezing the glutes, squeezing those abs in, making sure you're staying lifted. Maybe there it's 4, in 3, in 2, right away we go. We rock front and back. Pulse 1, pulse 2. You've done this 3 times now. You are an expert. Stay with it. Stay in it. Tap, lift, pulse, and pulse. Good. Shrug those shoulders down. Find the length within. Good. Tap, lift, and pulse. Beautiful. Keep pointing or flexing that left foot. Whatever your choice is today, stick with it. Stick with that energy. Lift, lower, Good. Keep it up. Pulse. 1 and 2. Cinch that belly in for 4. Back. Lift. For 3. Lift. Pulse. Good. Final 2. And 1. Hold it back right here. Lift and lower in your last little burner. Fluttering that leg 2 inches up, 2 inches down. Finding the tension in that left glute. Bring those hands in, inch them into your forearm. If you need to drop it, go for it. It's your last and final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We drop in 1. Bring those knees down. Sit in a crisscross, meet me facing forward. Bring that right leg up and over. Find the spinal twist. Take that left elbow, connect it to that right knee and twist towards that right side. And other way, bring that left knee up and over in that crisscross. Connect that right elbow towards that left knee. Find that spinal twist. Good. Let everything go. Bring your hands up and over. Find the crisscross with your legs. Bring those hands to the heart center. Final inhale together. And exhale, release it. Amazing work. Thank you so much for joining. As always, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you want to see next. Follow along on TikTok and Instagram for more. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week and enjoy the rest of your day.